Hello, so I'm going to give you just some tips for setting up your Canvas course to go online. And this is especially useful if you've never ever, set up your Canvas course yet. So I haven't touched this. This is for fall semester. So that's why it looks really new. What students will automatically, or what your Canvas will automatically do, is set your modules as your course homepage. I think this will be beneficial to you because this way you don't have to create another homepage or another page in Canvas. And how you would do that is just go 2 pages here and create a homepage and kind of do it almost from scratch. So a module is basically something that can either be organized by week or by project or by assignment if you want to. And so for my online classes, I try to do this either by project or by week. So I'm going to show you both examples in this video. So to create a new module, let's say you want to create a module, and forgive me, I don't know what week this is, but let's say it's week 12. So you could just write week 12 and put the dates in there, whatever date. So March 30th through April 3rd, I think it is. And select add module. I think I'll just do this. So I don't know if week 12 is correct. And then I'll put March 30th through April 1st. Or April 3rd, sorry. And then add module. And you can see it'll look just like that. Make sure to publish your module. And then you can add things. And I haven't added anything to this class yet. So there's nothing that I can grab from assignments or quizzes yet. But you could, if you had a file, you could upload, a new file from whatever you have. So let's do Baby Yoda soup. Okay, so you're going to choose that, and you're going to select Add Item, and then that will show up just like that there. And you'll notice that it's automatically published. If you share a link, so let me just grab a link real quick and add that. Go to external URL, paste. This is this portal. So you can do it in a new tab if you want. That's usually the most stable for students to view. Sometimes viewing it in Canvas is a little problematic. I'm just going to do load in new tab, add item, and notice it doesn't publish right away. For some reason in Canvas, links don't. And so I usually have to manually publish it. And so you could create a whole module for that. You can add to this, you can add assignments if you had them. You can add quizzes. We've already talked about that in other videos, so I'm not going to go through those things with you. But that is how you can easily create a homepage that should be fairly easy to navigate for students. It's just using the modules. If you decide to change your homepage up and not use modules because you already maybe have a lot and it's very confusing, you can create another course navigation page. So here, this is super fancy. I got this through the Center for Teaching, Learning, and Technology at Pitt State. So I have something called Design Plus, and that's where I get something that looks like this. It wasn't always this way. My last online class had a very different homepage. So to find that, I have to show you View All Pages. It was just a course navigation. And it looked like this. And the nice thing about it is that I felt students could scroll through and find, project 2, project 1. Again, this was an online class, and it was online from the very beginning. And so I just started with the syllabus and kind of worked my way through in terms of how to set up the links. Like they had PowerPoints, they had projects, things like that. So, and forgive me, I think this is actually from a face-to-face class, which explains that PowerPoints. My online, I think, just went through the different projects. So how you edit this, how you create this. So this is just a basic page, no fancy design tools. I did make sure all this was centered. So I have like kind of a welcome, and then I have everything kind of centered here. You highlight whatever text you want to link to. And I bolded it and made it a little bit larger in terms of font. And here you'll see a number of things. You'll see course navigation. That's where syllabus is. and you just highlight it, and it'll take students to the syllabus link. It'll become an active link. If you want to link to something external, so let's say you want students to easily access something, but it's not showing up in course navigation, it's not showing up in modules, it's not showing up in assignments, anywhere else you look, you can go to that Canvas page and just link to it by link to URL. And you can even see that has a link there. But you could also, like if there's just two big projects you want students to do, you can link to different projects under assignments, or if you have that in a separate module, So those are ways you can make a home page really fairly user-friendly to students in Canvas. One thing to know about this, to make this a home page, you have to select Use as Front Page. And then that way when students click on Home or when they open up your course shell, it will see that for the home page. So that's how you can make your Canvas site a little bit more easy to navigate for students. You can choose how to set it up, which makes sense for you. Since it is near the end of the semester, like we're coming back after spring break, we won't have that many weeks to cover. And so I think that'll be helpful to us all. Just some tips. I usually do make a welcome video or an introductory video that kind of goes through the lay of the land of my Canvas site. I keep that pretty short, just show how to find and navigate the site. And I usually have it, like, since we might make some changes to our syllabi after this changeover from face-to-face to online, I'll also go through any policy changes with them, even though we did go through the syllabus, but I imagine some things might change. I usually try to be as asynchronous as possible, meaning students can view videos and participate in discussions by deadlines, but when they need to. But I will probably set up some asynchronous at the beginning of the week just for questions. How I handle office hours is via email or this little inbox here in Canvas, and see, that little red dot that'll pop up with how many messages you have. That's how I do it. I don't create a Zoom for it just because I'm afraid students are going to ask questions about grades and another student is going to be in the Zoom chat and hear that. And students sometimes aren't aware that those are things you can't talk about in front of other students. So one of the things that we're going to have hiccups with is questions like that. How do we create those after class kind of discussions, those office hour discussions? I would recommend using your Canvas messages or email. If you have to, like for advising, you can make separate Zoom meeting rooms, just like I showed you in the Zoom video for our students, and then only one student would get that URL. So if you have any questions, let me know, but hopefully that's helped you think about how to set up your Canvas course for the first time.